Electronic single windows are still evolving. As we all know, alternative models exist. The challenge really is to identify the best fit model for your specific needs. Secondly, electronic single windows are still a novelty to most parts of the world, as we shall hear later. The mere magnitude of the task of coordinating across multiple agencies seemed daunting at times. I read in one of the Doing Business reports that an average of only 2 government agencies are involved in electronic single window activities in countries where they are found. And the average implementation period is approximately 4 years. The B.E.S.W involves almost 50 participating government and private sector agencies, and as I suggested earlier, took 6 years to implement. On reflection, I would argue that this is a remarkable achievement for a small country like Barbados during times of limited fiscal flexibility and under circumstances when the system was being implemented simultaneously with over 10 other deliverables. Well done, Barbados. The successful implementation of the Barbados Electronic Single Window could not have been achieved without the support of our partner, the Inter-American Development Bank, which provided both financial and technical assistance, and, of course, the many public and private agencies represented here today. My co-pilot, Mr. Delano Scantlebury, will elaborate on those specifics a bit later. However, as project coordinator, I wish to place on record my sincerest appreciation for the assistance of the entire team at the project unit, including Mr. Salvador Duarte, who, as Trade Facilitation Advisor for the Barbados Electronic Single Window, filled that technical void in the unit over the past 2 years or so. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further delay, allow me to introduce you to the persons seated to my left. To my immediate left, Mr. Javier Urla, Chief of Operations, Inter-American Development Bank. To Mr. Urla's left, the Honorable Christopher Sinclair, Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs. To the Minister's left, Mr. Anthony Branker, the Chairman of Retail and Distribution at the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry. To Mr. Branker's left, Mr. Jose Brasinio, who is the President of B.E.S.W Solutions Inc. This is the company that implemented the Trade Document Management System, which you'll hear a bit about later. And last but by no means least, to Mr. Brasinio's left is Mr. Daniel Rochon, who is the General Manager of AT Solutions Inc., which is the company that was responsible for implementing the Barbados Electronic Single Window. I hope you sit back, relax, and participate in this morning's proceedings as outlined in your pamphlets. In particular, I urge you to engage actively in the presentation at the end of the session. This is a great opportunity to seek clarification from the consultants on any matter, from registration to the submission of an application, to monitoring the status of your transaction, to the release or holdup of goods. Remember to use the Barbados Electronic, in order to use the Barbados Electronic Single Window, however, you must first register. So please visit the website at https://esw.gov.bb to complete your registration. You will be reminded of that, I'm sure, several times during the course of this morning's activities. However, for Barbados to really reap the multidimensional benefits of the electronic single window, the system must be systematically used. I end, therefore, by urging users, especially the participating government agencies, to adopt the environment as a daily work tool as we thrive to improve governance and business facilitation in Barbados. We are now under even greater scrutiny from home and abroad. In relation to abroad, for example, Only a few months ago, I was contacted by the Australian consulate in Barbados and asked to have a 30-minute conversation with a consultant hired by the Australian government to implement an electronic single window in Australia. He explained he had heard about the B.E.S.W, saw the terms of reference online, and felt that it was a sound model to learn from. You would all appreciate that usually the direction of learning is reversed.
It's since December 2009 that the IDB and the government of Barbados partnered with the objective to implement this Barbados Competitiveness Programme. This is why today presenting and launching these flagship products signals the arrival of a successful road. The program was designed to enhance Barbados' competitiveness by improving the efficient movement of goods and supporting other trade and investment activities which promote export development and are also intended to increase private investment. Over the course of its implementation, the program has led to a very significant outputs that I would like just to briefly mention here. First, for instance, the finalization of the conceptual design for the carriage examination facility, the development of a completable general equilibrium model, the development of a national competitiveness strategy, and the action plan of design the institutional structure of the Commission of Competitiveness, just to mention some of them. In addition, with these outputs, with these results, I would like to stress how the government has developed a new institutional framework for strengthening public and private dialogue. And this is something that I am particularly keen today to see that this is a meeting where multilateral organizations like ourselves, public sector and the government of Barbados and private sector, we all cooperate towards a single goal, which is the development and the increased productivity of Barbados. Today, we are here to celebrate the launch of one of the key activities, the Barbados Electronic Single Window. Let me underline one important and remarkable output and one achievement of this country is that Barbados is the only second country in the English-speaking Caribbean to have an operational single window for international trade. The Barbados Electronic Single Window will provide a single online point of entry for all required authorizations from regulatory bodies involved in international trade transactions. The main beneficiary of this great achievement will be primarily the private sector, which will benefit substantially from a reduction in time, in cost, and in transactions. But it will be also the public sector and the government of Barbados which will benefit in terms of increased revenue and transparency. As an overall, the real beneficiary of this output, of this product, it is the Barbados society which will benefit in general. All of you who have been involved in this work over the past years know that the success is a requirement of several factors. I would like to mention some of them. First is the use of cutting-edge technology. In that, I would like to thank the program coordinating unit, the IDB technical team, and also the firm that has delivered state-of-the-art solutions for that. Second, the ownership. We at the IDB are very proud but very aware that the most important thing is that any project belongs to the country and belongs to the beneficiary. We can say today with happiness that we have felt that from the beginning. This is a project, this is a unit that is going to belong to the country, and I am aware that this ownership made part of the success of this project. The IDB is proud to be the leading multilateral agency in supporting trade facilitation, not only in Barbados or in the Caribbean, but in all the Americas. The main advantage we have is the access to the best practices, world-class technical knowledge, and practical experience from many other countries. We intend to continue our work. The loan that supported this product is now about to end, but as we had the opportunity in November to discuss with Minister Sinclair in the last portfolio review with the IDB, we intend to make a technical cooperation, technical assistance grant up to $400,000 that the project team is already preparing, that will allow to maintain the policy dialogue, the technical assistance, and the support of the IDB beyond just the loan itself. This electronic single window reflects all these benefits, but it's not completed yet. And in somehow, it will never be. It will be a work in progress. This is a continuous effort of constant improvement. The next step, for instance, is the interoperability of the electronic single window with other single windows and the implementation of a cargo examination facility and a port community system that can act as a single window on the logistic chains. We look forward to continuing that effort. The bank, for ending my presentation today, wants to congratulate the government of Barbados for its engagement and its involvement. This was not an easy project, but it was a necessary project. It took time, it took efforts, it took the coordinations, but today is a happy day that we see the results.
The Chamber remains committed to the efficient and competitive running of the systems of business to ensure that the business community can trade in a fair and transparent manner. Let me first commend Mr. Bascombe and his team for their role in advancing the competitiveness program over the years, more particularly in bringing the economic single window initiative to a point where we can officially launch here today. Thanks also go to the government of Barbados for its foresight in seeking the loan as a major need for advancing trade logistics in Barbados. And lastly, we extend sincere appreciation to the IDB for its role in supplying the necessary funds to Barbados for such a multifaceted loan agreement signed some years ago. As we have heard, this project was launched as a major deliverable of the Barbados Competitiveness Programme, with the objective of increasing Barbados's efficiency by removing any obstacle to ensure the seamless movement of goods into Barbados. This would not have been successful unless there was a clear vision towards business facilitation and cost reduction. In the Retail and Distribution Committee of the Barbados Chamber of Commerce, we seek to collaborate in ways that can guarantee smooth business facilitation for all. According to the latest World Bank annual ratings, Barbados is currently ranked 117th among 190 countries in the Ease of Doing Business Index. This project will clearly go a long way in helping to improve this rating. The ability to handle data efficiently has become a key component in international competitiveness. And again, this project has sought to do just that, and therefore must be applauded. Initiatives like this project can indeed impact the Barbados's economy positively, as greater clarity and greater confidence are imperatives for businesses importing into this country. The business community looks forward to having our necessary licenses and permits and other approvals done online from the comfort of our offices, thereby reducing the cost of back and forth trekking to various government offices. The Chamber has been in the vanguard as it seeks to reduce the cost of doing business and increase efficiencies in business processes. I want to spell out some of the benefits that we see the business community will garner from this electronic single window. We see faster clearance of goods because of less time spent traveling from one regulatory agency to another. We see reduced trade transactional costs, such as demurrage charges, as delays would have resulted. Improved transparency in the operations of regulatory agencies, which leads to greater clarity. We see clarity around the classification of goods. Improved flexibility to adjust regulatory filings as businesses may from time to time need to change. We now see that there will be some level of predictability of the process. And last but not least, we envision less bureaucracy. The growth of the Barbados economy is the ultimate objective of all concerned. And the Chamber, and by extension the business community, look forward to enhanced communication between government agencies and businesses utilizing available technology to the fullest. As we look ahead, the private sector is anxious to see an enhanced system of revenue collection, and we look forward to that collection forming a part of this electronic single window, which removes the inefficiency often experienced while traveling to the Barbados Revenue Authority and our customs offices. Allowing for swifter payments of duties and taxes can indeed lead to the reduced cost of doing business. We are also anxious to see the use of e-payments, e-payment methods such as credit and debit cards, electronic transfers, or online payments for the settlement of duties, taxes, and other associated fees related to the clearance of goods for import or export. Such e-payment facilities have become a cornerstone in single window programs as it enhances trade facilitation greatly. The BRA should seek to cooperate with commercial banks to leverage existing options or to have them tailor solutions for the payment of duties and taxes. And this is not beyond us. The full potential of the B.E.S.W is now within our reach. The foundation has been laid, and we are indeed anxious to reach the next level of having our customs declarations as part of this window. The sky is the limit for us here in Barbados. Far greater efficiency can be ours. Let's press ahead. Let's all get on board as we strive to make Barbados the hub of trade and logistics in the Caribbean region. We at the Chamber believe that the most effective way to maintain and sustain the benefits of the B.E.S.W is for the collaboration between public and private sector to be maintained. By ensuring that both public and private sectors are working together on the expansion of this initiative, the chances of success are substantially increased. The public sector is best positioned to formulate needs and drive the system design, whereas the private sector is equipped to garner support and enhance implementation.